Hello everybody, this is That Shy Guy Matt, and today I am doing another tier list at, I think this is tiermaker.com. I was trying to find restaurants or fast food, so I found this list and it's nice and long, so it should have a lot of things I know and a lot of things I don't know. So this list, first off, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of these lists, because I'm having a blast doing this. I don't know how entertaining this is for other people. Maybe I should look up if people actually do these on YouTube, but so I changed the categories to favorite, which means this is like top place for me to eat. I enjoy it. Give or take just means, you know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Eat at if desperate, pretty self-explanatory. If it was like the last place open and I was absolutely desperate, I'd eat there. There's nasty, which just means I find the food nasty, or maybe the restaurant itself is nasty. And then there's just never heard of it, because I'm not going to really rank something that I haven't been to unless I kind of just heard general consensus on it. So this is the list. This is a pretty long one, but I'm probably going to go through this fast because just a brief looking at this, I already don't recognize like half of these. So with that said, let us just get started. First up, Red Lobster. This is interesting because I don't want to put it as nasty, and I know what it is, so I can't put it as never heard of it. I just don't like seafood. I liked a little bit of seafood when I was younger, and then when I had my seizures at 16, I had Grand Mal. While I was having it, we just had Arthur Treacher's with malt vinegar. So anytime I smell seafood, or I even try to taste it, I feel nauseous. So it's just a triggering memory, I guess. So I'm just going to put it under nasty. That doesn't mean I think the food's nasty. It's just, for me, I can't handle it. But I have heard Red Lobster is a mixed bag anyways, so maybe it deserves to go there. McDonald's. McDonald's is the most overrated garbage. It's not nasty. But the only thing I like at McDonald's is the breakfast sandwiches, like the Egg McMuffin, bacon, egg, cheese biscuit. Their little ice cream is just average. Their burgers are just super processed meat, so my acid reflux, I just spit it right back up. So the fries, believe it or not, I don't really care for their fries that much. There is another place I like their fries more, but we'll get to that on the list. So I would put this under eat at if desperate, only because I only eat like 2 of the items on the actual menu. Now, if it was just breakfast sandwiches, oh, you know what? That's a good twist. I only go there for breakfast sandwiches. So technically, if I'm going by that aspect, I would say favorite. You know what? I am going to change it to favorite. Only for the breakfast sandwiches, though. The rest of it is just pure nastiness. I would only eat there if somebody else paid for it. So again, this is only here because of the breakfast sandwiches. Or maybe I should just put it in between to be safe. See, already this is complicated for me. We'll say give or take, because I think it's between these categories, so it's right in the middle. Chick-fil-A. Regardless of one's political views, I am a religious person. Honestly, Chick-fil-A is horrible. I do not see the appeal. I don't like the sauce, or whatever their special sauce is. And without the sauce, everything tastes bland. So I don't want to say it's nasty, but it's just not interesting. I wouldn't even eat at it if I was desperate. Wingstop, I've eaten there twice. It was nasty. Corner Bakery, never heard of it. Never heard of it. This one's Spanish, I think. Never heard of it. Which Pure Sandwich, never heard of it. Denny's. Ooh, this one's gonna be controversial. Man, people either love Denny's or they absolutely hate it with a passion. On this list, I'm trying to mainly go by the food itself. Well, the food, the drinks, not the service or other issues, but that may factor into some of this a little bit. I have been to some Denny's where, like, I got a fork and a knife and it had dried egg on it still from it didn't wash it in the dishwasher. My dad had a bug in his salad once, but I love Denny's. I'm not saying the food is top tier. The food is definitely feels more like fast casual. Is that what you'd call it? I don't know. No, it's not fast casual. I'm not good with those things. But moons over my hammy every single time. Followed by the cinnamon, the ice cream with the apple pie and cinnamon, whatever it is. I do like a few dishes there, so I'd put it under my favorite. A lot of these are also going to have to do with where I live. I live in Ohio, near the lake, so some of these places we have a lot of, some of them we don't. Our Denny's are slowly disappearing, though. Famous Dave's. I've actually heard of this, but I've heard the name. That's all I literally know, so I'm just going to put it here. Great American Cookies, never heard of it. And honestly, I'm going to put it under, make an exception here and put it under nasty, because why would I want to go to a place that has cookies? They're probably expensive, and they can't be that great. Or, you know what? No, I haven't ever heard of lists, so I'm going to put it there till I try it. Jack in the Box, another one. I don't think we have these up here. I've heard of them. I've heard mixed things. So because I've never heard of it, I should actually change this to never heard of it / not in my area. Jersey Mike's, I've been to once. I think if I was desperate, I'd eat at it. It wasn't anything too amazing. L&L Hawaiian, never heard of. Moe's. Okay, someone's gonna have to help me out in the comments here. Is Moe's like the Chipotle's equivalent, or is that Qdoba? Can't remember. I think I have been at Moe's. You know, I think Qdoba's the Chipotle equivalent. Moe's is... I've been to Moe's once, and it honestly wasn't really all that great. So I'd say... I honestly can't remember the menu. It's been like a long time. So maybe eat at it if desperate. Again, I don't remember what's on the menu. That makes a difference for me. Pizza Hut. Oh boy, people really argue about pizza places. The only thing good at Pizza Hut, their pizza is good. It's not like the best I've had. Sometimes there's a lot of sauce, but their stuffed crust is still amazing. I'd say it's one of my favorites, more or less. Yeah. It's also the one we have a lot of around here. I'm trying to think, would it be give or take? You know what? I'll put it under give or take because there is a place I like more. That definitely is my favorite. I'm just going by like pizza places. Yeah, I could give or take Pizza Hut. Pizza Ranch, never heard of it. Rosati's, never heard of it. Shakey's. I went to a Shakey's in the Philippines, if I recall. And it was the same logo and everything. And it wasn't too bad. But in Ohio, I don't know if I've seen one. At least not where I'm at. So I'd say eat at if desperate. Skyline Chili. Well, I'm in Ohio, so you know. Ironically, I'm not a super fan of... They serve the Cincinnati chili, don't they? I'm just not a fan of it, so I'd say it's nasty. Yeah. I've tried various versions of chili on like pasta, and it doesn't always work for me. So yeah, I wouldn't even eat there if I was desperate. Taco Time, never heard of it. TGIFs. These are fast casual, right? Is that what those are called? Somebody have to let me know in the comments. What this is. I'm not a fan of TGIFs. I think they're expensive and their food isn't that great. I know a lot of younger people, well, technically speaking, I'm a millennial. I know a lot of millennials like TGIF and some Gen Z, but I don't think I'd eat there if I was desperate. I'd say nasty. Pancake House. Is this the same as IHOP? Is IHOP on this list? I'm sure it is. Oh, there's IHOP. Okay, so no, I don't know what this is then. It sounds familiar, but I don't know. White Castle. I've been to one of these in Columbus. I do think we have one in the area. It was just it was nasty. I didn't care for it. This is where you're going to see how picky of an eater I am, so be prepared to be annoyed in the comments. Yoshinoya. Asian? Don't know what it is. Big B coffee. Don't drink coffee. Coffee tastes nasty. I don't know why people put a ton of sugar and cream in it so it make it not taste like coffee. So then why are you even drinking coffee? Why not just drink like a cappuccino or frappe or something? Because you're just, yeah. But I've heard Big B coffee is good. That said, nasty. I haven't been there, but I also can't say I've never heard of it. So, BJ's. I actually went to this a few years ago. Is it also known as BJ's Brewery? I'm not quite sure. What I had there was pretty good. I'd eat there if I was desperate. Bonefish Grill. I've heard the name. I think I've seen the sign. Unless I'm thinking of something else. But that's about all, so I've never heard of it. Bruegger's Bagels. I have heard of this. Never been to it. But if it's just bagels, it can't be that interesting. I could just buy bagels at the store. Shoot me out in the comments, but I'm going to say it's nasty. Who cares? Oh, actually, I take that back. I do think long ago, we were at somebody's house and they brought home Brewer's Bagels, and it was like an egg bagel sandwich. It had like egg on it, kind of like a breakfast sandwich, and it was okay. I didn't really care for it, so yeah, I'm just going to stay nasty. Carrabba's Italian Grill. I am Italian. I've never eaten at Carrabba's. It just does not look interesting. Well, this is a tough one. Well, no. I have heard of it, so I'm just going to put it under nasty because none of the food seems appealing to me. Chili's. This is just like TGIF's. I don't get the appeal of it. It's nasty. Baskin Robbins. I've only ever had ice cream there, and I've only been there like twice. I mean, yeah, nasty. I just, nah. In-N-Out Burger, heard of it, but it's not in the area, so I just put it here. Firehouse Subs, ate there once. It was okay. I'm just gonna say nasty. I should have added another category, really. Godfather's Pizza, never heard of it. Red Robin, favorite. Been going to Red Robin for like 20 years. Maybe longer. Their bacon burger thing, I forgot the exact name, is good. And they've always got new burgers to try. And their garlic parmesan fry things are just amazing, unlimited. The raspberry shake is amazing. I don't eat a lot of their food, again, because I am picky. So I can't fault them for that. But I do love going there. I do have a card, so I get a free birthday burger every year. I haven't been there since I was there a few weeks ago, and before that I hadn't been there since pre-COVID. And when I was there, I feel like the burgers got smaller. However, it did still taste the same. That's probably my only complaint with Red Robin right now, is everything seems smaller, but I'm sure a lot of places are. Potbelly sounds familiar, but don't really know. Jama Juice, don't know. Dutch Bros, coffee. Menchie's, ooh. I mentioned in one of my videos Froyo. This was the place I was thinking of, not Froyo. Menchie's. Our friends got us into Menchie's. Said it was frozen yogurt, and I'm like, I don't know. It sounds kind of gross, but it was actually good. Problem is, it does have a certain kind of taste to it no matter what you get. It's kind of like I don't say savory. It's a weird flavor. It's not necessarily it's a pucker. I don't hate it. I would say I could give or take it. It's also very expensive. So, Cheesecake Factory. Ooh, this one's complicated too. I don't really like much of the food at Cheesecake Factory, but I do like their chocolate cake. It is absolutely amazing. It makes your teeth fall out. It's just so sugary and chocolatey and rich. So because of that, because that's the only thing I really like, I will say I will eat there if I'm desperate, just for a piece of chocolate cake. Dickies, I've seen these in the area, never been to it. Taco Cabana, heard of it, never been to it. We don't have any of those. Some of these I think are just like California places, right? Perkins. I think we still have a Perkins in the area. I haven't been to Perkins in like 15 years. I remember, I would say eat at if desperate. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it wasn't like the worst thing ever. Holo Campero. Don't know. Must be a southern thing. A&W. I think I've been to one of these places once when I was like a teenager. It just wasn't that interesting. I don't want to say it was nasty, but it also just wasn't anything that made me be like, oh, I definitely want to come back here, even if I was desperate. So I do like A&W root beer though. So, but I'm not going to a restaurant for just that. Applebee's. This falls under TGIF and Chili's for me. Nasty. I don't get the appeal of it. I'm beginning to wonder if it's maybe an atmosphere thing that the people like, because it feels like a after work party kind of atmosphere, so to speak. I don't know. Arby's. Okay, this is another one that people either think is nasty or they love. I would say Arby's I'm a big fan of. I don't go there much anymore just because it's gotten costly, but just the plain roast beef sandwich with ketchup, putting ketchup on it is just amazing. The meat is definitely cheap processed meat though, because I kind of gag it up a little too, but it's still good. I do love Arby's curly fries. They are so good. Yeah, that's my favorite, even though I don't go there as much anymore. Au Bon Pain? Is that French? I can do this accent because my mother is part French. Never heard of it. Auntie Anne's, nasty. That's easy. We had one of those at our mall, and after like decades of it being there, I finally decided to try it. I had one cinnamon pretzel and one regular pretzel, and neither of them were amazing. They were so expensive. Just, if there was a category under nasty for just, I hope it burns down, it's that place. Well, that sounds really evil. You know what I'm trying to say. What is this logo? Is this Hardee's? Because I know there's Hardee's and then there's, isn't there like a DJ's? It's like two different stores, isn't it? We have these in the area. Well, I don't know if we have them anymore. I don't think I've ever been in one though, so I can't really say, but supposedly people tell me it's just off the highway trucker food, which I've heard is not great, but since I haven't been there, I can't judge it, so I'm just going to say never heard of it. Five Guys, nasty. Correct me in the comments, but I think Five Guys isn't the one that they like to like burn your burgers to like charcoal almost. I've been there once. I did not like the burger. I was disappointed with it. It was small. It didn't taste good. Coffee Bean, never heard of it. Dippin' Dots. I definitely won't turn down Dippin' Dots, but they are expensive. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. But as I was saying, yeah, Dippin' Dots are expensive and they're great. I almost never eat them anymore because I can't really find them aside from like somewhere like at a theater where they're like $1 bazillion for a cup. But they are good. Baja Fresh. They are in the area. I don't know why this says PP down here. Never heard of Baja. I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is. Fat Burger. Heard of it. Never been there. Never heard of Honeydew Donuts. Panda Express. My wife likes it. But then again, she's Asian, so I think I only had fried rice from there, and it just wasn't that great. So I'd say it's nasty. Yeah. Not as good as like actual authentic food. I mean, I don't know if they claim to be authentic Chinese food, but you just can't beat an authentic Chinese restaurant. Fuzzies. Not heard of it. Pretzel Maker, not heard of it. Boston Market. Okay, so there's an interesting story to this one. Technically speaking, we never really had a Boston Market because my dad worked for a place that built stoves, and their competition was Boston Market, who also built stoves, commercial stoves. So we weren't really supposed to go there, but I have had it. I don't know if there's any left in the area. I do remember the chicken wasn't that bad though, so I would eat there if desperate. Brahms, don't know what that is. Tutti Frutti, Taco John's, Nathan's. Yeah, never heard of these places. Church's Chicken, heard of it. Well, heard of it, don't know what it is. V, don't know what that is. California Pizza, okay. This one I don't know how to rate it because I've had the California pizzas that you can find at the store. I did not know it was a restaurant, but the pizzas are pretty good, so I would say give or take. They're expensive, but I don't know what the restaurant's like. Could be good. Ben & Jerry's. This is another one people get annoyed about either way because people get political about it, but I don't really love most of their flavors. I would eat it if I was desperate. I'm kind of a more simple person sometimes. Sometimes I just like cherry ice cream, pistachio ice cream. So, yeah. Chicken Express, never heard of it. Captain D's, never heard of it. Freddy's, heard of it. Don't know what it is. Jason's, Golden, Hungry Howie's, Daily Donuts. Yeah, a lot of these I've never heard of or don't have around here. Qdoba. This place, I am a fan of Chipotle. I know, well, when we get to Chipotle, we'll talk about it more, but somebody told me to go to Qdoba's. Somebody said it's more affordable and it tastes way better and it's authentic. I don't know if it's actually authentic or not, but all I know is it cost the same and it wasn't very good. It barely had any flavor compared to the same exact thing I got at Chipotle. At Chipotle, for example, I get steak with beans and rice, sometimes lettuce. I got that at Qdoba and it just tasted bland. It was nasty. Someone else wants to pay for it. Maybe I would go, but I didn't like it. I do not know what the big deal is. I also don't eat quesos, or I don't put a lot of stuff on my burritos because I am picky. Like no salsa. Domino's Pizza. I need a fifth category. Another one, burn it in the fire. Domino's is disgusting. Had it when I had it in like the 80s or 90s, like 3 times. Had it again like 7 years ago. It still tasted like greasy cardboard with no real taste. The sauce tasted like vomit. No, that is just nasty. Donato's. I've had Donato's. I've been at restaurants that have Donato's on their menu, and I have had Donato's pizza. I've never been to the place itself, and their pizza is give or take. Let's see what else. Fuddruckers, heard of it? I don't think I've been to it. Charlie's, I've seen it, never been to it. Something red and green burrito, never been to it. Chipotle, that's easy. This is my favorite of all. I love Chipotle. Yeah, I know some people swear up and down they get an upset stomach. Some say it tastes like salt. Some say it isn't authentic. I've never had a problem with any of that stuff with it. Again, I get steak, both beans, double white rice. Technically, I get double steak, and I get a lot of cheese on it. Sometimes lettuce. Sometimes I get a bowl. Sometimes I get a burrito. I love it. Now, if we're talking about the service, on the other hand, that is a complicated one that I could do another half-hour video just on customer service at Chipotle's and how it's corporate that makes them really hate the job. So whenever you don't like Chipotle's, blame corporate. They rush them a lot. They make sure, I know a lot of people complain they don't get the right amounts. Especially when you do like a takeout order, you always get less. That's because you get the actual amount of food they're supposed to give you according to corporate when you order online. You have to measure out those scoops exactly, because at the end of the day, they measure how much of each ingredient went out, and if there's too much gone, then they know they gave too much, or if they gave too little. And often when customers come in to get the order in line, they'll often give you more, especially because customers complain, which then gets the employee in trouble, and then corporate takes it out on them. So it's a whole mess. I'm not defending Chipotle totally, but I'm saying once you work there, you see how terrible corporate is with their sizing and everything. But I love it. It's definitely gotten expensive though, so I don't eat it much anymore. IHOP. Well, let's be honest. IHOP is just basically known for pancakes. Sometimes I do have a taste for pancakes, so I could give or take it. It's definitely not my first choice when I go somewhere. There's also none really left in the area. I think the nearest one is like 35 minutes away. When I was in the area, I did enjoy it. Einstein Bagels. I've had the bagels, but never directly from the store, so I can't really comment on it. These were chicken, don't know. Gloria Coffee, don't know. Shirley's Donuts, don't know. Villa. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through all of these because this whole list, I don't recognize any of this. Yogurtland. This kind of looks like Menchie's logo. Are they related? Never heard of it though. Okay, Checkers Rallies. This one reminds me of White Castle. I just found it nasty and they got my order wrong the like 2 times I was there. They're expensive and they're little. No thanks. Caribou Coffee, don't drink coffee. Friendlies. Friendlies is another one. It's not nasty. I think I would eat there if I was maybe desperate. Yeah. Golden Corral, we don't have any of these anymore around here. These were the all you could eat buffets, right? I could give or take it. If it was in the area, I'd put it under favorite, but yeah, give or take. Jollibee. Oh boy. Oh. I have a lot of Filipino subscribers, and my wife's Filipino. And if you know Filipinos, Jollibee is the place above all places. It's the competitor to McDonald's in the Philippines. And honestly, I don't care for it. Sorry, all my fellow Filipino friends. But I don't think the food's nasty. I'm not saying the food is gross, even though this says nasty. I just don't care for it. It's not that great. I do like the little... Did I have an apple pie there, or was that mango? The mango pie was okay. But yeah, I have to put this under nasty. I'll eat there if my wife wants to eat there, of course, because, you know, it's Filipino food. But nah. Sorry, guys. Dairy Queen, their ice cream is good. The rest of their food I've never had, but I heard it's good. But it's my favorite, too, for ice cream. Smoothie King, heard of it, kinda. Never heard of pretzels or Johnny Rocket. Bojangles, I've heard of it, don't know what it is. Sweet Frog, never heard of it. Wendy's, that's my favorite. Wendy's has amazing fries. The Frosties are great, the bacon burgers are great. I swear the beef tastes different. Again, I know it's not like top quality like Wagyu beef, but their chili is great. I actually put this, yeah, I probably do that. That looks like a good order. Yeah. So I love Wendy's. Eat there often. Whataburger, heard of it. We don't have them. Dunkin' Donuts. Don't eat the... Oh, actually, I do like their donuts. I haven't had their coffee. I could get donuts for cheaper elsewhere, though, so... Papa John's. Papa John's is ranked like 18th or 17th in the country for pizza places. I personally enjoy Papa John's, but I'd say it's under give or take because I mostly like it because of the garlic sauce. I get like a Hawaiian kind of pizza and I put the garlic butter poured on it. It's good. Their stuffed crust though is terrible. It's just straight up mozzarella. Doesn't taste as good as Pizza Hut stuffed crust. Chuck E. Cheese, bro, I haven't been there since I was a kid. That was like 30 years ago. So I'm sure the food's good, but being an adult that's a germaphobe, all I see is nasty because it's full of kids' germs and they touch everything and it's gross and no thanks. I can't eat there as an adult anyway, so. Steak and Shake. I tried Steak and Shake like 2 or 3 times. There wasn't a lot of food for the money. It was decent. I'd eat at it if desperate. Pita Pit, not heard of. Mod, not heard of. PF Chang's. I've had their food from the freezer section of a store. I've never been there. My wife has. My family has. So I'm just gonna, because I haven't either, I'm just gonna say never heard of it / never been to it. Noodles Company, I've heard of. Haagen-Dazs, overrated, nasty, not that great. Okay, I'm running out of room on here, so Texas Roadhouse. We do have a Texas Roadhouse by us. I absolutely love their chili. And they're like, is it raspberry lemonade? Is it my favorite though? I'd say give or take. Zoe's Kitchen, Hard Rock Cafe. I was there. Nasty, wasn't worth it. Overpriced. Tim Hortons, heard of, don't care. Haven't heard of this place or this place. KFC has good, like, I don't really, their chicken is so-so. You know what? I'd say eat at if desperate. It's not my favorite chicken place. You know what? A lot of these, because I'm running out of room to do this, no, I'll just keep doing it this way. Don't know that place. Bob Evans. My parents love it. I call it an old person's restaurant. I'm not a fan of it. There's not a lot there I like. So I would say it's nasty. Well, you know, I'd eat at it if I was desperate. How's that? Waffle House. When I was a kid, they used to be so much better quality. Now they are just nasty. Blimpie, never heard of. Shoney's, I think I've been to. I honestly don't remember. Maybe my parents been to it, so. TCBIY. Okay, I haven't heard of any of these places. Marco's Pizza. Ooh, this one's interesting because I do like their pizza, but it's so darn expensive. So I would say I'd give or take it. If there's a good deal, I'd probably order from there. The nearest one from us is like 18 minutes away, so. And we had a friend that used to work there, so he brought home free pizzas every day. So, so good. Okay, not heard of McAllister's. Olive Garden. Ooh, this one's interesting because a lot of people seem to think this is like great Italian food. But if you're Italian, you know Olive Garden is just like American Italian food. That said, I would say it's my favorite. I like their fettuccine alfredo. I mainly go, ironically, just for the soup, salad, and breadsticks. The soups are good. The breadsticks are good. I've never had stale breadsticks like people complain about. I absolutely love the salad. And I do eat half of what they have on their menu. Is it give or take, though? It's also expensive. You know what? I'll just leave it at favorite for now. On the Border, Payway, Penn Station, have one, never been to it. Never been, heard of, never heard of, never heard of. Orange Julius. Ooh, I do like the Orange Julius drink. I don't know, is Orange Julius a restaurant itself? I've only ever had it at Dairy Queen, and I think that, again, that's just for the drink. But if it is a restaurant, I can't really say much about it, but I do like the drink itself. So I'll just put it here. You know what? I'm going to assume they have the drink there too, so I'd say eat at if desperate, like I'm craving an Orange Julius. Cold Stone, I did enjoy it, even though it was expensive, but I would eat at it if I was desperate. We don't have one anymore. Hooters, never been to, aside from the supposed controversy of it. It just, yeah, never been to it. Culver's, one just opened up in the area, haven't been to it. Cinnabon, haven't been to it. Wait, is it a restaurant? I've had Cinnabon. You know what? I don't know how to judge this one because I like Cinnabon, a lot of their food, but I've never been to the restaurants or whatever this is itself, so I'll just put it under here, I guess. Chester's, we do have one locally at a gas station. Haven't been to it, but I heard it's good. Haven't heard of this. Ooh, Cece's Pizza. This one is one of my favorites because it's all you could eat. However, the one near us closed, so there was no one for me to go to anymore. If there was, though, it was my favorite treat for my birthday. Pizza Inn. Never heard of Sbarro. They make... I've had Sbarro. I've only ever had their pizza, though. Their pizza is good. So I'd say... yeah. Buffalo Wild Wings. Ooh. Buffalo Wild Wings is my favorite chicken place. Mainly because I get the boneless wings. You get like 40 of them with the garlic parmesan sauce. Sometimes I just buy the sauce for home and buy my own chicken. But again, it's become expensive. Let's see, Popeyes. My wife's second favorite place next to Jollibee's, because we don't have a Jollibee's in the area, is Popeyes. It's definitely eat at if desperate for me. I don't hate it, but I just don't care for the chicken. I do like the little bit of bite it has to it. The little bit of spice on everything. Nah, I'll leave it at eat at if desperate. Jimmy John's. I feel like maybe I've been here, but I don't know. Fazzioli's I loved when I was down south. But I don't even know if they're open anymore. I did enjoy the food. Del Taco I heard is amazing. Don't have those up north. Jets Pizza. Oh, Jets is eat if desperate territory. It's not the worst pizza, but it's not exactly great. Little Caesars. Well, I'd probably put Little Caesars above everything. I love Little Caesars. I always get their stuffed crust, and the reason why I love them, my favorite pizza place is the stuffed, their cheese they use. I think the stuffed crust especially, it's all Munster cheese, so it has this really good taste. Yes, I do realize their pizza sometimes can be a little bit greasy, but I don't really have that issue too much, and it's affordable if you just want one of the quick $5 or I think they're $6 pizzas now. So I love Little Caesars. Yeah, I love Little Caesars. Let's see. Round Table, never heard of. Schlotzsky's. Is that related to Schlotzsky's Deli? Sizzler. That's a place my parents always used to talk about. Never been to it. Jack's Sonic. Friend took me to a Sonic. He was from down south. He took me to a Sonic, and I mean, it was kind of nasty. It just wasn't that appealing to me. Starbucks. Okay, never been to the coffee shop, but I did have the Starbucks Frappuccino, the little glass bottles you could buy. Those are good, but not in coffee, so never been to the place itself. So I've been, I buy it from the store. Subway. Ooh, this is another tough one. I'd say favorites. I know it's not quality food, but their meatball subs with cheese are just great. Get a little bit of heartburn, but I like Subway. Taco Bell. This one is truly tough. I enjoy Taco Bell, especially because they have the Dorito tacos now. However, the price is so expensive now. $22 for a 12-pack of tacos. It's just so much, but I'm not judging it by the price as much as I am the food quality. And I say it's my favorite. Almost bordering on give or take, only because of the price. Smashburger, never heard of. Mrs. Fields. Again, this is a restaurant, right? Yeah, restaurant chain. Never been to the chain, but I've had Mrs. Fields pies, and they're good. But I'm obviously not really judging it by how their pies are. And it disappeared from my cursor. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I just put it here. Tony Roma's. I think I've been there in the past. I don't remember. Never heard of this. Blaze Pizza. Blaze Pizza was nasty. It was super overpriced for its silly oven concept, and it's small and it just wasn't that great. So Cookout, never heard of. Krispy Kreme, I love Krispy Kreme, but again, I've never been to a like Krispy Kreme store or a restaurant. Didn't even know there was one, so I can't really judge it on that. I might go through this again after. Steak Escape, Longhorn. Longhorn is, their steak is good, so I'd say eat it if desperate. Never heard of that place. Ruby Tuesday. It was nasty. It just wasn't that interesting. Long John Silver's, again, I don't eat seafood, so I think it's nasty. Don't know what this is. Never been to it. Cane's, we just got one in the area, so I haven't been to it yet. Brewster's, never been to it. Never been to this one. Burger King. I do like Burger King burgers, but the ones near us, they never get the item right unless you go to the corporate-owned store. And again, it's expensive. But I would say I'd give or take. Yeah. Never heard of this one, this one, this one. Never actually been to Quiznos. Shake Shack, I've heard of, never been to it. Never been to it. Never been to it. Panera Bread. Garbage. Overpriced garbage. Cracker Barrel. Ooh, one of my parents' favorites. Cracker Barrel I could give or take, honestly. It's not bad. I gotta be in a mood for it. Outback Steakhouse. Honestly, besides the steak being really good, I love their bacon cheese fries, or as I call it, a heart attack on a plate. I'd say it's my favorite, but I haven't been there in a long time. But there you go. El Pollo Loco. Never heard of it. Is that the place from Breaking Bad? The place with Gus? But so yeah, that is my tier list. I do kind of want to go through this bottom list, and I'm going to add some of these up above based on the foods that I have had, even though they're not, I haven't been to the restaurant itself. So for example, Krispy Kreme. No. Have to stick to my guns here. If I haven't been to the restaurant, I can't judge it, even if I had their food elsewhere. So whatever. That's my list. As you can see, I'm very picky. These are my favorite places. You can see Italian thing is my, Fazioli's pizza, more pizza, burgers, roast beef, ice cream. Yeah. The give or takes, I feel fine with. Eat if desperate, I feel fine with. The nasty ones I'm fine with. And yeah, you can tell there's a lot of places I haven't been to. A lot of these I think are like down south, so I haven't heard of them, or I've heard of them that they're really good, but I'm not down south. So yeah, let me know what you think of my list. I know for sure people are going to say I am picky or have some really weird picks. Like I'm sure Olive Garden up here and Subway and Taco Bell are going to be, people going to be like, are you serious? Or like CC's Pizza, Sbarro over other pizza places? What? Let's check out the community rank. Oh, a lot of people do like Taco Bell and Little Caesars. Okay. Good to know. Popeyes, McDonald's. Okay. I mean, I kind of expected everyone would like McDonald's. Oh, apparently Cinnabon is liked. Interesting. Red Lobster is liked. Panera Bread for some reason is A tier. What do they think is awful? Apparently nobody thinks anything is awful. Everything's in C tier. Anything I like in C tier? Shakey's, Perkins, Fazioli's. Well, maybe Fazioli's changed. I don't know. Jollibee's. Yeah, I think a lot of Americans don't care for Jollibee's, so that's probably why that's there. Interesting, though. So yeah, that is my list. Again, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe. Lets me know you see more. Feel free to tell me I'm picky. I already know that. I'm not going to change. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for any of these places, or let me know your reviews on them. Maybe any of these places I should try. If I'm ever down south, let me know. Like Del Taco, I think is one place I definitely want to try. I've always heard good things about it. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.